So someone recently asked me about a time-sensitive business idea, and I'll break it into two parts for you. A time-sensitive business idea can be something that somebody spotted as a trend or as an opportunity at some point in time, and they thought they can build a company or build a product at that point in time, right? Another time-sensitive business idea would be that a lot of business ideas depend on the timing of the overall ecosystem and how the market should react. In this video, we'll break these two different time-sensitive idea strategy so you can learn and understand what is the right time to build what kind of business and whether your business or your idea should also depend upon the time sensitivity or the market dynamics in general. When we talk about the first use case, businesses which we think are time sensitive from the point of view that somebody spotted a trend, somebody spotted an opportunity and started building a company, I think things like this typically do not work because by the time you're able to spot a trend or spot a pattern, it's too late for you. For example, if you are thinking of building an EV company today, you have already missed the EV bus. If you're thinking of building a tech company today, you've already missed the bus. If you're thinking of, let us say, generic e-commerce company or a logistics business, I think you missed the bus 5 years ago, right? So today you can't build another Flipkart, you can't build another Book My Show, you can't build another Paytm, you can't build another Zoom, you can't build another Clubhouse for that matter, right? So that does not mean that there's dearth of ideas. In my opinion, the right way would be that find a problem relevant to you that you want to solve and then go after it rather than relying on trends and opportunities and market dynamics. So to conclude the point number one, if you're building a company which is typically based on a business trend or a market opportunity which you've spotted, I would advise you to refrain from building such a product or such a company because what you're trying to now attempt has already been done before by multiple people or multiple founders, and you might not be able to build a large enough company, but even a company in that space because maybe the market share has been taken by all the first movers or all the early players. So I would ask you not to build a company in that space. Now let's talk about the second thing, which is the time sensitive from the ecosystem point of view. We all have heard this fantastic story where we know that Google was not the first search engine or Gmail was not the first email client, or for that matter, maybe Flipkart was not the first e-commerce website, and maybe even for that matter, getting mobile recharged online as a concept was not the first to be introduced by Paytm, but maybe there were other smaller players already out there, right? So a lot of times when you're building a time sensitive business, it also depends upon when you started it, right? And the reason is that the ecosystem in general aids the growth of that business. I'll use a very simple example of Facebook. One of the reasons why Facebook got such a high growth in a country like India, because while Facebook was a closed network in the US when it was penetrating and going out in other countries, India was seeing a surge in broadband connections. And this was something that never happened at the time of Orkut or other social media networks that were out there. So for the growth of social media, the network has to exist, and India was getting all into broadband game and every house was getting a broadband. Cyber cafes were dying, broadband users growing, and everyone was having broadband at home, and therefore when Facebook penetrated India, they rided on the wave of the broadband penetration. We've seen a similar thing happening in last 5 or 10 years again. Look at the boom of Instagram and TikTok. Of course, now it's banned in India, but if you saw the pattern of TikTok growth, TikTok rode on the wave of Geo boom, right? Suddenly, mobile phone became cheaper. Everybody had a mobile phone. Everybody, because of mobile phone, could see YouTube, could see other things, got aspirational, got a product that helped them showcase their creativity to the world. And most importantly, everybody was able to access cheap data, right? And because of that, everybody jumped onto TikTok, which opened up the world of opportunity for them. And therefore, TikTok suddenly became a phenomenon in India, or I would say Reels became a phenomenon in India, which opened up a door for so many people. So the conclusion here is that a lot of ideas, no matter how good or bad they are, might need the ecosystem support for their growth, right? So if you build a company when the ecosystem for it does not exist, no matter how great the product is, no matter how great the idea is, no matter how great the team is, no matter how funding you've got, you will not be able to build a large enough company in that space. And that is why time also acts as a very critical factor while building a large company. So if you found this advice valuable, and if you still have more questions, please leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll definitely make a video on them as well. And most importantly, please like the video and subscribe the channel. I'll highly appreciate that. Thank you so much.